Hello and welcome back to SummoNerds. I'm Evan.
And I'm Matt.
Today we've got a cool one for you. We're going to apologize in advance. The camera, we were trying to do some new things with the camera angle to give you guys a better view of the whole mat. And what we ended up doing was getting a camera angle that pretty much gets the whole mat.
Yeah, you never get the whole mat.
Yeah,
decent.
The whole mat would be too much for everybody to handle. They wouldn't like that.
Right. Well, I don't know.
Pretty strong personality. But the problem was at the top of the mat, you might be able to see, you can barely see it on the camera, which means if any action happens over there, the stem of the ship will raise it up outside the camera angle. So the base will be in the shot, but the ship won't be. And guess what side we play most of this game on? Very top.
You guessed it.
Top edge. So, but we've got a really cool match up for you guys, so hopefully you'll like that. It's a particular squad I really like. I'm proud of my squad in this matchup. I've got Ryad, and she's got the TIE D on her and the tractor beam. So she's set up nicely, and I think adaptability to push her up to a squad or a pilot skill 6. And I really liked that because it gets her the ability to tractor beam things to reduce their agility and possibly move them. Matt went Brobots, so I didn't get to do that.
Couple of family bots.
So I didn't actually get to move anyone around with tractor beam, but it would still help for the agility. Then I have 2 TIE bombers. One of them is Jonus, and one of them is Reimer. And Jonus lets you re-roll on secondary weapon shots if you're within range 1, and that's easy to do to keep Ryad and Reimer both in range 1. Ryad's got a secondary weapon with a tractor beam. Reimer's got cluster missiles, so that worked out real well. And then Jonus, and actually I think he had cluster missiles and maybe proton torpedoes as on top of that. So, and then he's got extra munitions, giving him extras on both of those. So he has 4 secondary weapon shots total that can be at any range. And then Jonus is a shuttle, so he is able to have the weapons engineer inside there to give him... No, it was the systems officer, which lets him give a target lock to another ship when he takes a green maneuver.
Right.
So he's going to give my other people target locks like Reimer. He'll give Reimer a target lock for his secondary weapon, and he has the fleet officer crew member as well, so he can give focuses to both Ryad and Reimer pretty much every turn. So he's a massive support ship. And that's pretty much all I did with him. So yeah, I'm really happy about it because all the synergy between the secondary weapons.
Yeah, no, I like that too. Mine are quite different. It's just a couple of big bananas sharing their 2 abilities. I believe I chose a B and a C for this game. So I get the if I miss with the secondary weapon, I can attack again. So both of them can do that. They both have Mangler cannons on there, or right?
Yeah, they were Mangler cannons. Yeah,
Mangler for the critical, and
B also had an Autoblaster cannon, I believe.
Yep. They were asymmetrical because there was a specific. I couldn't quite get the points to work out correctly the way I wanted them with the cards we had. But
cannons are expensive.
Yep, cannons are expensive, but they both also get a man. What is that? The C's.
Oh, when it boosts, it gets the evade.
Yeah, that's it. So
it's a free evade token.
If they boost, they get that evade token as well. Both of them. They're both, of course, the IG titles.
Yeah, it's pretty much an auto include on the IG on the Aggressor ship.
Yep.
The title lets them share their abilities with each other.
Yep.
So that's great. And you have accuracy corrector, I believe, on both of them. So if you get a bad shot, you can just give yourself 2 hits.
Yeah, which with the Mangler then becomes a critical as well.
You can get a free hit and critical any turn, regardless of how good your roll was.
Yep. So that's the idea here anyway.
And they basically, because you've got that B, the IG-88B on there, you pretty much have a free gunner on both of them. So that's pretty cool because any shot that they miss with a cannon, they can just take it again with a cannon. And the Mangler cannon has range 1 to 3. So there's really almost never a reason not to just shoot with the Mangler cannon.
Right. So I will pretty much be shooting with the Mangler cannon
the entire
time.
Yeah. So that's really good, especially on my squishy no shields bombers.
Yep.
That works out really well. So we're checking something. You can see my little socks in the background there. We're checking something on the tractor beam rules. I wasn't sure if I could move. Both questions. Could I move a ship out of bounds for the game? Could I actually just move it off the game board? And I believe the answer to that is no. You can't just tractor beam someone out of the game and blow them up.
Well, I didn't know if you could do that or not.
Tell us in the comments. I thought you couldn't. I think it was specifically that you can barrel roll them. You can basically make them take a barrel roll or a boost action, and they can get put on obstacles. And the obstacle would function as if they're getting maneuvered onto, but you can't barrel roll off the map normally. You can't take a normal barrel roll action off the map. And they didn't have a specific section saying you can with the tractor beam, so I was assuming it was just still illegal.
Right, but the big thing is you can't move big ships with the tractor beam.
That was the other big thing. So it didn't matter in this game at all anyway.
Right. No, I was worried about it too right when I moved there. I knew what Evan was looking at too, because we didn't like specifically say what he was looking at, but I figured it out based on where my ship was. Like, oh, I could just like lose right here if it's able to be moved, but it wasn't, so it's not a big deal.
So this is the big thing here. I just want to point out the other big thing that I forgot to mention about my squad is a really simple adaptability on Major Reimer. So all of my men are squad or pilot level, pilot skill words. They're 6. They're all at 6, which is great because that means I can move them all in whatever order I want and shoot in whatever order I want. So I can move them all in the way that's least complicated and make sure they all get where they need to go without bumping, or I can choose who bumps when I need to choose that. And Ryad can always shoot first with the tractor beam to reduce their agility before Reimer, who will take the shot. But I can also move with Reimer first to make sure he's in range of something and can target lock or something like that, but still shoot with him last. Like I can, any order I need for whatever situation, because they're all the same pilot skill, unfortunately. And this would have been great because when we rolled for initiative, it was it would have made a big difference in this game. Initiative would have made a big difference in this game, but Matt put Veteran Instincts on both IGs, putting them up to an 8, which is like hard to say whether or not that was definitely worth the points in other matchups. Like if you were playing against Soontir Fell, like Palp Aces or something, that probably wouldn't have made a big difference. And you might have just wanted to have something like Push the Limit or like a Determination even, just to keep your pilot skill from getting messed up. But
So I don't know if that was the best option there either, but
it really worked in this game. Because Matt gets the first shot every time and moves last every time, for sure. But you can see I've got double focus there on both Ryad and Reimer. And then Reimer also got a target lock on one of the IGs. Got a shot there that did not go through, I think.
I believe that's correct.
Oh, nope. No, there we go. We're just getting out the dice. No, we are getting out the damage deck. I'm shuffling. I can't remember if I just realized I hadn't shuffled the deck or if I have to pull a card out here. We're about to find out.
We'll soon find out.
Because you're going to have shot at Reimer or Jonus, I'm sure. Squishy bombers. Looks like maybe a damage, maybe a critical. That was the other thing. Jonus, this is what it was. You shot at Reimer, but Jonus has a...
he can take...
Draw their fire elite, so he can take an unresolved critical.
Right.
So these criticals that are coming through, Matt got one critical through on Reimer, and Jonus was within range one of him, so he took it. Jonus being the less scary of the two bombers because he didn't have any missiles or anything. So it's nice. He really is an all-around amazing support craft. He cost a decent number of points, but not...
We talking about mac and cheese?
Craft mac and cheese. I have a bunch of that. I just bought it.
Wow, that's amazing.
It's a cool...
Fitting for this game.
Good story. Yeah, exactly. I'm glad I bought it when I did, or else we couldn't have said that. Wouldn't have made a good story. So here I am shooting back with the... I believe the tractor beam.
I'm sure I'll block it.
Blocked it.
I'm a big beast.
And then I'm shooting again. I can't remember what order the TIE shoots in. Is it tractor beam first and then... Yeah, tractor beam first, then the
you gotta use
reg shot.
First
and so regular shot got 2 hits there. That's just rolling some nice Nice things there. I think I took off a shield there on the, I think it was C. Is that what that one was?
Yep.
I think that one's C. IG-88C there, the diagonal-looking one. You had a really nice approach there. I was just coming in for like a really hard joust, and Matt's coming in for kind of angling for a surround there.
And that was our laser there
our
coming
laser.
out. It's nice.
It does really help.
Those arcs perfectly.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, that worked out well. So I'm shooting a
That was actually a
cluster
heavy
missile.
laser cannon, is what that was.
Shooting a cluster missile, and I do use a focus there to get 3 hits. So I take off 2 more shields, and I'm rolling again. And this is me being an idiot. Jonus's ability lets him re-roll up to 2 attack dice for every secondary attack. And I just forgot about it the entire game. So you're going to see me roll on lots of dice that I should definitely just re-roll because there's no way to get a blank to hit unless I have guidance chips.
Yep.
Which, actually, I think I have on Reimer, and I didn't use those either on that attack. So that was just me being sloppy. Yeah, I do. I can see guidance chips, actually, so I know I had them, and I should have made that blank a hit. But it was my first time ever using bombers and my first time focusing so hard on secondary weapons. So I'll get better at that. I actually really like this squad and I want to use it again anyway. So I'll get around to it and make sure I use those abilities correctly. Matt's got me in a bit of a tricky position right now because he's got his ship set up in such a way that I can't move past them very easily to K-turn. I was hoping my Ryad there could K-turn, but he is likely to be able to K-turn past me if he needs to with at least that top IG. So he's maybe going to get...
Unless it's... well...
Depends. Yeah. It depends on where we all end up moving to, but it's possible he can. So we're either going to get into one big clumpy mess here in the middle, bumping everywhere, or Matt's going to get an excellent position on me. He also has the IGs have S loops, I think. I believe they have the maneuver so they can kind of K-turn on that
on the bank.
The 2 bank, I believe, is what they can S loop on. So Matt actually looks like he was trying to maybe get either a 4K in or a 4 straight, probably a 4K, I would imagine.
Yeah, I'm not.
But it looks like you're going to bump, because I barely got my bomber bumped in there. Unfortunately, I bumped Jonus, which means he couldn't use the fleet officer to get focuses on both of the other ships. And Ryad bumped, so she's not getting any focuses at all this turn.
Yep, that was this bumper cars there.
Yeah, just everybody just bumped. Oh, here we go. C is getting out of there.
Yep.
And I think C is doing a... Is that a 3 or a 2? I'm having
Looks
trouble
like a
seeing.
2. Looks like a 3.
It's a 3, I think, yeah. So that's why the 3 got you out of trouble there, and you can't S-loop on a 3. Or at least these ships can't. I don't think any existing ship can. So getting out of there on that 3 bank... 2 bank might not have got you out. It's hard to say.
Yeah, I don't think it would have actually. Well,
it would have been real close.
That is tough.
It would have been real close.
That distance from the bomber looks like it might be more than a 1, but it's tough to say.
It's really hard. If it was a 1, I'm still not sure if that would have been enough. It just might have put you in a weird... I don't know. The corner of your ship might have hit the corner of the bomber or whatever. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know either.
But it was close. So it's just bugging out, which means that he's going to get 1 shot with his B, and are you shooting with the You're shooting a regular shot. All right, regular firing, not using the Autoblaster cannon.
The reason I believe is I think I'm trying to hit Ryad, right?
Yeah.
And I don't want the fella to be taking the critical.
Yeah.
Right? But that she's at full health. I don't actually know what I was doing there.
So you're firing there. You got 2 hits. One's a crit. If that was Ryad that you were shooting, nope, you shot at.
Yeah, no, that wasn't. I think really what it is I think I just wanted the attack output.
Yeah.
because really it's just one attack either way, because you have to miss to be able to attack again.
Yeah.
So I just threw 4 dice. So.
Well, in any case, you got some hits there, or a hit at least on my ship.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna shoot back with what I have here. I don't get the tractor beam again. I missed the tractor beam and get a hit or two with the regular lasers. So going back in for the next turn, getting our movement dials reset. Jonus is pretty weak right now. He's taken a few hits. And that's a little scary because he's my big support ship, but he is the first one I want to die, probably, because at this point in the game, I've got a full life Ryad, just doing fine, lots of hull and shields on her, and she is supposed to last very nearly as long as an IG in general, because she has 1 hull and 1 shield less, but otherwise has the same stats. I've got one of his IGs almost gone, and the other one is now a couple shields down. So if I lose Jonus, the one that has almost no attack output, then I'm only relying on my 2 ships with lots of attack output.
Right.
So I felt really good in this position. Ryad also is just more maneuverable than anything else on the map right now because of her K-turning ability. She can white K-turn on anything.
Yep.
So here comes all these K-turns from me. I was checking to see if he's gonna.
He
does
just
not.
A little asteroid nudge from the
yeah.
The
I think he
token.
ends up not hitting the asteroid.
No, he didn't hit it, but the
token thing bumped it.
Yeah.
The maneuver template bumped it. And then this is what I did. I'm moving with a green maneuver, and I'm moving. Was it green maneuver? Yeah. Or it was just a maneuver specifically. Yeah, there we go. I think green maneuver there to give Reimer the target lock and to give focuses to both my other ships. I could have got Jonus out of danger there, but I really wanted to make sure he was at range 1 of everything else, so he could do all of that. S-loop there on IG-88C.
Yep.
And then B is going to K-turn, I think.
S-loop, I believe so as well.
Yeah, just trying to turn around, get back in the action. Here we go.
There we go.
Nice K.
Turn around. K-Mart.
4K TVs.
Special K.
Yeah. All right, so unfortunately,
Anyone got any milk? No.
this puts me in not quite the position I thought I was going to be in, because I thought that Reimer and Ryad would be at range 3. They aren't, but Jonus is, and he can't shoot back. And so Matt's going to get a nice cannon shot on Jonus, and I'm not going to get anything else this turn. So that's a little scary. Jonus is the one that with no focuses or anything on him, he's just stressed.
Mangler.
And because he's stressed right now too, this means I can't K-turn him next turn to get him back in the action. He's pretty much going to go in the direction he's going now. And I can't do anything about that. So here we go. Yep, putting some more hurt on Jonus. Yikes. That looks like a whole bunch of criticals. And then I maybe blocked one of them or something. But Jonus, I think, at this point, I remember specifically him having 1 hull left. So he's real close to death. But again, I've got a full life Ryad, and Reimer's coming in here hot. He's going to get another nice shot off. He'll probably wipe out IG-88C or do enough damage to B that Ryad can take out one of them. I haven't hit with the tractor beam yet, and I'm bound to get a hit eventually here. And if I do that, then it's pretty much all over for whoever that is.
It's definitely a lot easier to kill that.
Yeah. I've got the proton torpedoes, I think, left still, so I can also just use a nice big punch attack. A big Reimer punch.
Big fruit punch.
Yeah. Punch bolt. Jonus is going in with the 2 bank, which I know puts him right in front of that asteroid, but again, he gets to use Fleet Officer to give his buddies some focus. I think he's trying to figure out if he's going to be able to give one to Ryad. It looks like the answer is maybe. The camera angle makes that hard to see.
I think so, but
I can't remember if the Fleet Officer is range 1 to 2. So yeah, he definitely gets one to Ryad.
Yeah.
Or was it just range 1 and it was range 1?
I believe the fleet is range 1 to 2.
All right, yeah. Somebody can double check us in the comments if we're wrong, but it was within range. I remember that at the time. I just don't have a card in front of me to remember the effect
1 to 2.
perfectly. So I bump with everything.
Wow.
I ruin the game. Everyone goes home angry.
Lots of bump.
And I bump with Ryad, which was a bummer. I was not thinking Ryad was going to bump. I thought it would be just barely not a bump.
Well said.
Yeah, I'm eloquent like that. But she still has the focus, so that's good. The focus from Jonus is actually very helpful this game with all the bumps.
If you want to learn how to not bump, then just look at my bros.
Yeah. Your 2 ships that you have to worry about that did bump earlier.
I'm talking about now. Now I'm teaching you how to not bump. This is the lesson.
All right, yeah. Before it was lesson
50 an hour. All right.
You were just showing how not to do it first so that when you did it, it would look even better.
Exactly.
Yeah. So here we got, B is just rushing right in. C is C's bringing up the rear here.
Yeah, C.
You're trying to figure out what to do with B, I think, whether or not to put a focus on it or something. And then there was definitely always confusion in the game as to which one was which. We should have maybe marked that better, but
yeah,
we figured it out correctly every time, but it was like a little scary, like, oh, I thought this ship had this upgrade. Nope, that was definitely the other one, that kind of a thing. So I would recommend using those pesky little numbering.
Yeah, they do definitely have a purpose.
Things that every set comes with would have been better if we did that, or little tags, or if someday we actually get into painting our ships or something, that would make it easy too. But for the time being, here we go. Got a shot coming down. Matt's using Glitterstim, and I wanted to show it real fast to make sure everyone saw it.
Glitterstim, that's a big laser.
So we're trying to figure out, make sure that B can hit Ryad and see if it can hit Jonus, I think was the idea. See if he can just finish off Jonus. He will definitely hit Ryad very easily, but not Jonus. I think Jonus is just out of the way. Jonus might be at range 1 here. Ryad and Reimer, it's hard to know. I was trying to make that the case, but it was just not easy to do. So all stimmed up. That's a nice 3 hits. 3 hits here from Matt with the regular shot, the regular attack there. And I rolled 2 misses and a blank. So I have the focus. I don't spend it on Ryad because I want it for either the next defensive shot or the attack, but I just lost all my shields, and so that's a big game changer because Ryad was going to be my long-term plan here, and now she's a little scary.
That was ouch pants.
That was ouchie. So that was bad because I wanted Ryad to be really a sure thing in the long term, and now she maybe isn't.
Right.
So now here comes IG-88C with a nice 3 shot there.
You see those hits?
And got the focus to be able to do that. My wife just came home. Hello, Toby.
Toby!
So we've got 3 hits there, and so Ryad's going to try to get away out of this. Yeah, and Matt's making sure he's spending the focus there, even though it may mean that C goes down this turn.
Yeah,
can't use it on the defense now. It's worth it for that 1 extra hit, though. Maybe we'll just see.
We're thinking, like, what if we just 6-shotted that Ryad?
Yeah, and he could have turned it. Oh no, he could have turned it into a critical, I believe, using. He could have turned 1 into a critical using the Mangler cannon, and he chose not to. And this is a really important distinction. He chose not to on the off chance that Jonus was within range 1 of Ryad and could have used Draw Their Fire to take the crit and let Ryad live. I just rolled triple blanks, so I can't even use the focus. So Ryad went down in 1 turn, which is a major upset for my squad.
Yep.
Now I'm relying on 2 bombers, one of which has 1 hit left.
Yeah, so that was huge. That was huge bananas there.
That was a big turn for Matt. Big swing in Matt's favor here. So Reimer still gets his shot. Reimer's going to go ahead. He rolls pretty poorly. He's probably within range 1 of Jonus and could re-roll, but he doesn't because I'm a doofus. So he just gets 1 hit there for one of his focuses. Matt gets that. But fortunately, it's cluster missile, so he's going again. There we go. 2 hits, and I change 1 to a hit with the.
Looks like the accuracy corrector.
With the guidance chips.
That's what I meant.
Yeah, there we go. So yeah, he gets 2 hits.
I have the accuracy corrector.
he gets 2 hits and gets C off the board, so that's nice. So now it's my 2 ships versus Matt's 1. I think I'm out entirely of the cluster missiles, and now I'm down to just the proton torpedoes.
Yep, and I believe Jonus there only has 1 hit, right?
1 hit to go.
Yep.
And Reimer has not been hit, I believe, so far. Reimer's still nice full 6 hull.
Get hit.
The problem is Reimer's only got 2 agility, and his 6 hull is beautiful, except for when he's taking criticals.
Except for when he's taking damage.
Yeah, exactly. And your ship, I believe at this time, has 5 or 6 hull left, or like total life left, because it definitely has at least 1 shield. And I'm trying to see if it's 2 shields on that card. I can't see very easily on the left there. So I fly through the asteroid with Jonus. He does take the hit, and he goes kaboom.
Yep.
He actually takes a crit specifically and then goes kaboom. There was no way around that. That was just how I had to set up last turn to make it likely that both Ryad and Reimer would live and have a good shot. I think it was the best move for Jonus, but he still died. Yep. And so did Ryad. So
now this is a very favorable position for me. I have Reimer should be able to take down that bomber.
Yep. So Reimer's getting the heck out of there. He wants to make sure that if Matt K turns that he's not within range. That was what the 4 was about.
Yep.
I'm just bugging out as fast as I can. And I target lock. That was the other thing. I could have 5K'd, but I wanted to make sure that I got a target lock so the next time I engage the IG, I've got the shot.
Yep, that was a good idea.
So I might be able to K turn this turn, but the bombers only have a 5K, and that's a little scary where I am on the board. I'm not positive a 5 plus the length of my base will still be on the board. So I decide to go for around the map here. I'm going to try to beat Matt around the side of the map.
Yep. So the only annoying thing here is I no longer, because that's B that's still alive, so I don't have the ability to get that evade token anymore off the boost. But I still have my 2 cannon shot attempts. So
yes. Yeah, and I actually was where I was before with Reimer and Ryad. I was really happy because the only ship that B could shoot was Ryad, which meant that he couldn't double team Reimer to get rid of the easy bomber. He could double team Ryad, but that wasn't very likely to get a kill. He did it, but it wasn't as likely. And so I was really happy to make sure Reimer was out of the way of IG-88B. So here we go. I'm trying to get the stress off that last little maneuver there I had. I think was a 2 forward. Get rid of that stress that I got from my turn, my hard 2 turn. So now we're back to dials.
Yep.
We're coming around for this next engagement.
Yeah. Just got to make sure I don't fly off the map or fly into 10 asteroids here. So.
Reimer's nice to have in the late game in the sense that no matter where Matt gets, even if he gets at range 1, my torpedoes are still going to work. I go ahead for a nice 4 because I didn't think I could clear the asteroid any other way for next turn. Next turn, I'm probably going to 2 or 3 turn and then either have a focus or not. But Matt boosts here, which is beautiful.
So I'm boosting because I know I'm definitely out of his arc and I can probably get in range 3, which I did.
I didn't think your boost would quite get you that far, but the big ship boost is not to be underestimated. Thank you.
Yep. So I did get a hit there. It looks like.
Yep. Got a nice critical there and a hit. Nope, just 2 hits. Interesting.
Yeah, that's a curious thing how that.
Yeah, I would have thought you had a crit there, but
I don't know. Fascinating.
Maybe I just missed it in the moment. It's hard to know for sure now.
I mean, it should have been a crit no matter what, right? Because Mangler cannon. But
well, yeah, you don't have to use the Mangler cannon ability. You chose not to the last time, but
but like that would only have been because I was at range 1. But.
Yeah. Well, you might. Yeah, that's what I'm wondering about. I think you accuracy corrected and then.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, either one of us missed that. Either Matt forgot to crit, and it's hard to tell sometimes from the camera if it's a crit or not. It doesn't necessarily pick up that fine a detail. Or I just missed it, and I just put the damage on me. without paying attention. So in any case, this is where we kind of both want to be. I don't love that he's going to get this nice shot on me here, but I have to let it happen because I have to get the shot off on him. My only chance here is that my proton is, I roll 4 criticals or something and do a whole bunch of damage. So looks like 2 there and maybe a third. You target locking. You spending the? No, I'm spending the lock. Here we go. Yeah, so I take... that was your Autoblaster. So I took 2 regular hits, no matter what. I couldn't block them. So I go ahead and I... 3 hits there with the guidance chips. I should have made one a crit. I don't know if I did. It wouldn't have mattered because I think I was just on your shields there. Yeah, so now I've removed your shields. So now... I've got all your shields gone, but you don't have any damage.
Yeah.
This is the interesting scenario. I don't know if it's possible for me to actually get away right now, but it's worth noting that at this point in the game, his IG is at half life, and my bomber is about to die, but I think I'm winning in points for tournament points, I think, technically right now, because your IG is only worth half of its points, and the bomber is worth over 30, I think, so... But I don't think it's easy to get away here. So there you go with your S loop.
That was a 3S loop.
That was a 3S, yep. Yeah. So here you go with a shot behind me, and there was no real way for me to get around. I could have maybe K-turned, but I would have been stressed, I think, was the problem. I think I was maybe already stressed. But there we go. That was the game.
Yep.
Taking a shot on Reimer, and he goes down. I was dead anyway, no matter what we did there in that last turn. I don't think there was a way for Reimer really to get away, but it was just interesting to consider.
Yep. So, that big kill on Ryad was definitely a turning point of that game.
Yes. Yeah, if I'd had Ryad there for the ending as well, that definitely would have been easier to deal with IG-88B. Because I got beat down to a decent amount of life. That was doable for a defender, especially with the tractor. If the tractor beam had ever hit too, that would have been really nice.
Yep.
Got down that nice, really high agility IG-88. Because I feel like that's a big part of why the Aggressor ship costs so much. The Aggressor fighter costs so much because it has 8 total hull and shields and 3 agility, which is I think that's the most any ship has in terms of life. With that agility. Yep,
I think so too.
I don't think anything else has 3 agility and that much hull. So they're hard to take down. They just have a lot of green dice. But anyway, that was that game. Sorry that we had that problem with where we filmed kind of up at the top there. We didn't necessarily think we were going to be playing that high up or that we were going to miss some of the action.
Right. We certainly made a note of that for the future. So.
Yes. Yeah, we don't mess that up later on. I'm going to go through a few key plays here.
Yep.
I really wanted to show here. This was a really nice opening setup from Matt. He could have just put his ships side by side in the corner, but that would have restricted their movement later. I love that he started here, and then this boost was perfect. Yep. He completely, perfectly slipped between those asteroids.
And I was proud of that as well because I feel like I'm definitely learning the distances.
Yeah.
And how much space I have between those asteroids. So I ended up exactly where I wanted.
I was really going for putting all of those asteroids really close together because he has 2 large base ships, and I thought the odds are he's going to have trouble navigating the asteroids, while my ships, being small, are going to be able to slip through more easily. Right. Especially the Defender with its easy K-turns is going to have an easy time through those asteroids. But Matt's ship, I was really thinking won't. But you did that really well.
Yeah, so that was the goal, to get rid of it right off the bat. And here,
this was good, getting Ryad turned around and in a nice position to maybe take a shot. And then getting Reimer also in a good position and with the K. And then Jonus was perfectly in range of both of them for the fleet officer and the systems systems officer, systems
engineer.
something. I can't remember. Shoot.
You know, he's got some prestigious title. Dude.
Yes, he looks like he's in a ship that's about to explode, but he's. Yep, I'm bumping everything. I don't think he would have landed on that, but I did bump it with my ship when I was trying to move it into place. But yeah, I was really happy with my positioning here. If Jonus hadn't been in range of that K-turn shot, that would have been awesome.
Yep.
And I went ahead and I could have maybe tried to get him out of the way with a barrel roll or something, but instead I wanted to use his ability. I was also happy with this move. Again, Jonus Jonus being all about those actions of his and getting to give his partners here free actions just to free up my action economy for all those other ships. Make sure I always had focus and target locks when I needed them. I was really proud of being able to use that ability well, even though I forgot Jonus's pilot ability, which would have been really useful.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Jonus also was one turn away from death because of that asteroid. But
yeah, and that was that was a really important aspect too, because I risked the asteroid, which is a 50% chance of death, to make this turn work.
Yep.
And to make sure Ryad had what she needed. So I risked Jonus for a turn where Ryad just rolled a bunch of blanks, died.
Oh man!
And if I'd spent that focus on Ryad from that first attack, I would have lived.
It was a good. I mean, it was normally a good idea not to do that.
Yeah, I think it was.
You're playing the odds, and it just didn't work.
I think that's what I'm going to show here. Actually, Matt getting 3 out of 4, which is very reasonable with that Glitterstim. That was nice, and here I go rolling these. And if I just used the focus, Ryad would have been alive. Obviously, with 1 hit left, so it's not. She wouldn't have been in a great position for the rest of the game. But she
would have had her turn.
Yeah, she would have got a shot off, both with the tractor beam and with her regular attack, on probably IG-88B, since C was very likely to be killed with Reimer's shots. So I probably would have shot at B with Ryad.
Yeah.
Because that's who I think she has target locked. I think she target locked B, which would have been really nice. But here we go. 3, and you were really worried about this focus, and then if you wanted to get a critical or not.
Yeah, well, because I was thinking here too that like, while my odds for killing her aren't great, it would be huge if I did kill her this turn. So I went ahead and spent it on the off chance that I did, because I thought it was worth it based on the position I was in to just try and kill her. And if I didn't spend it, then I had a 0% chance of killing her. So I went for it with the focus.
And here we go, and I just rolled triple blanks.
So it worked out well.
That was definitely a turning point in the game, because without that I had a nice shot on B. Definitely could have... even if it had come to this turn... B would have just had more damage, and proton torpedo or something would have made a big deal. It would have hurt a lot more.
It would have made a big deal.
It would have made a big deal. It would have been cantankerous. It would have made a big deal out of it. Here goes, and then this is what I really wanted to show here was, man, this boost. You moved from all the way at like the 9 o'clock position on the board to having a shot at the 4 o'clock or something there. 3:30, but it was just amazing.
To hit just in time for lunch.
It was just amazing that you got that much distance on that movement with the boost. So that was really important, because it gave you an early 2 damage on my ship, so that there was really no way for me to win, and there might have been otherwise. Probably not. Thanks for watching us, guys. We really hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time.
Till next time.
SummoNerds out.